Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 31 of my Alien Encounters Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And it is Friday morning. I had Eric doing some reading. He is still doing some reading, and he had a breakthrough because he got a promotion at the end of the last part, so he needed to get 2 more breakthroughs to make it 18, but he had 1. He had his 17th breakthrough and wrote down an idea for a smart serum. Click on the notebook button at the top of the phone menu to learn more about it. So let's go take a quick look and see what he needs for this serum. So that's the option right there on the far left-hand corner on the top, or I guess in the left to the middle. And it is a serum, and we're already on the serum. I don't know why when I go in, it always shows them all as new as opposed to, they're not. I've had that before. So he needs chrysanthemum and apple, which he has both of those things. So he is fine, and I have him continuing to read from his flower arranging book, because I find that's one skill that takes a while to level up when you're doing the flower arranging, and it's not fun, and they can't listen to music for some reason when they flower arrange. If you're woodworking, you can listen to music. If you're writing or programming, a lot of other not fun things, you can listen to music, so you can work on them, and their fun doesn't tank essentially while they're doing it, but not so much with not at all with flower arranging. So it's not really my favorite skill, but I always liked my Sims to get it to at least, I think level 4 or so. There's a certain level where they're more likely to get excellent flower arrangements, and then you can scent them with the crocus, because I like to have honey, and I like to have the crocus scented flower arrangements by my bees so that they stay more calm, so that my Sims are less likely to get stung, which I'm sure I have mentioned a few times. But that is why, since he's studying the flower arranging, I thought I would, mention it again. And Sylvia is working on a music track. Her last one, none of the ones she has in her inventory to release are very good, so I figure, they're normal to maybe poor. Let's take a quick look and see here, because if you go release track, and then this one is normal, 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 poor. So there is one poor one. I have had a Sim lose their record label because their music wasn't up to snuff, as opposed to she lost hers because she didn't get it out there in time, which is one of the reasons I did this renovation up here, to move this track up here. Though I realized after the fact that I could have just, I think you can go right from in here and release right there. So I didn't actually need to have her go down to it. But, it's set up now. It means she'll be closer for Astrid during the daytime when she's looking after Astrid. So it is helpful, but unfortunately there's not enough room here for her to add the video station for making videos. It doesn't really work. I'd have to have it all the way up here, and I never put this away. So I'm going to do that right now. I mean, I could put it right here in the middle of the room, and maybe it would make some sense because we have a toddler in the house, so it makes sense for her to have it upstairs where she can use it more readily. That could work, but I mean, it would not look that great, and it definitely wouldn't be a permanent thing. So did you even have that? I don't think you had your next breakthrough, so you just stopped reading all on your own. Did you at least level up your flower arranging? Did you? Well, took me a minute to find it. He's got so many skills there. Even if it is alphabetical, still took me a minute. So let's look here. Did you put the book away? You did. Why don't you come back from doing what you're doing? I have had someone tell me that they get he is. See, that's funny, because I wasn't getting the little light bulb when I was trying to do it before. So now I will let him do it. I mean, I had it for Tinker, but when I tried before, I wasn't seeing it for the Observe the Sky. Or maybe it was, I don't know, we can't imagine it makes a difference between daytime or nighttime. Well, that will help him with his fun. I should probably pay attention. He probably needs to actually come here after all that and rally the troops so that he's in a really good shape for going to work, because we're going to be going to work with him today. So we're just going to let them do their own thing, and I will be back when he gets to work. So today we have moral choices as our pop-up for work. There comes a choice when one must become a benevolent scientician or a malefactor of knowledge, good and evil, that sort of thing. Will you help your fellow scientists or foil them at every turn? Well, we know that, let me just say okay. We know that Eric is good, so he's more likely to be good than the alternative. And my Sims are in the new scientist outfits that come with Strangerville. I had heard that was a thing. Well, I've also heard that sometimes they're not in these outfits and they're just in their regular outfits, but I don't know if that's more likely to happen if you don't have Strangerville, because that was after the patch that preceded Strangerville. So, but at least he's in his outfit, because I had also heard that, your actual Sim was not in their outfit, but at least he's in his work outfit. So that's kind of good. So now he stands out more from the rest of them because they're in those. And they look okay. They are scientist outfits, but they weren't meant for the career. They're meant for the scientist in Strangerville, which is not the same as the scientist with Get to Work. So I'm just going to set up Sylvia for doing something while she is at home. Have her work on her fitness. And of course, all we can do with her is let her look after herself. So we need to ask about Jolene Hallen's day. That's not Jolene. Is this Jolene? I cannot. There we go. Got it on the second go. We need to ask her about her day. Friendly. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know that I actually did put everything in his inventory from work. I think I wasn't paying attention. So there we go. Ask about day. I must have missed it the first time round, so now I'm trying to do that. I'm thinking the pretend to fire a coworker falls under mischief. Either that or mean. I'd say that would be under the devious and not so much the good category. So now we can go write up research on the computer, as well as obviously doing some. So we have these things here, which don't really do very much. I have to look at his inventory. I'll look while he's doing his writing, which I think is actually, I think I went too far. I think it's under career. Write research. Yes, there it is. There it is. So let me take a look. Did I leave anything in? So we do have this, the satellite dish, and I think I made another satellite dish. So we can just leave this we can set this out and leave it at work. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I use the cloning machine. So I think I left that one at home, but I'm not going to bother unless I get a quest to make it or do anything like that. I'm going to leave it be and maybe go and do that at home, because I want to make sure I have enough doubles of things before I attempt to make it. So we're going to go back in here, and then he needs to actually read a book, which might help him with his breakthrough that he needs. So let's go fast while he's doing this research. Oh, he broke it. Oh well. I don't want to prevent abductions. I want to contact aliens. Thank you very much. I want him to be abducted. We're going to leave that one for now because I don't really want to do that. So I guess we can just read a regular book, which is not very, very useful, but we'll read it because it's not giving me the option to purchase a book, though. He might be able to get something. I wonder if he could buy a book from his phone. Let's see. Purchase gifts. Yeah, there are books, but they're just regular books. Nothing that I would normally want him to read. So we can give a sim and see, I'm letting him read. I'm continuing to have him read because that might help him with his. But you know what? Given I don't want to prevent abductions, I think I'm going to just keep on working on, this. So we need to give a sim synthetic food. So let's hope he has some in his inventory. Friendly. Test serum. Yay, he does. Good, so let's go give Leanna some. And hopefully it doesn't cause her any problems. So we need to gossip about co-workers. That's Leanna. So where's Jolene? Where did Jolene go? So we can find her and go gossip her. Gossip. That's Fiona. I think I think Jolene and Fiona look somewhat similar. I think this is Jolene. Yes, so we need to gossip about coworkers. More choices. Friendly. Gossip about, took me a while, but there it is. A few clicks in before I found it. She's eating the salad that he made the other day. And I noticed so is the other sim. So now we need to mind control a coworker to clean. Yeah, well, much as that's not my favorite, I prefer to pretending to fire a coworker. So let's go down and let's try and, let's get the receptionist to do it. We're going to mind control clean. That's not my favorite thing to do. Using the mind control. Well, let's see it in action. At least she there we go. Oh, mix a tainted serum. Oh well, as long as we don't give it to anyone, it doesn't really matter. So, and we have the ability. We have 2 that we can because we just got this synthetic food. Okay, I'm gonna just do that one. I'm not planning on using it. Hopefully they don't. I think if it comes down to it, if the next one is to give this tainted serum away, I'll have to pick between the firing a coworker. I really don't want to prevent abductions. I don't want to freeze Sims either. I think, let me see. Is that considered mean? She's, where'd the other girl go? No. Okay. Oh, maybe you can't do that there. Want to scavenge for parts? Here, let's see. Let's look and see if it's under mischief. Well, let's just look if it's under mean. Yeah, it is under mean. Yeah, really not keen on that. I guess we're going to prevent abductions. I should have done it sooner. Oh well, he's busy with his little one, so he doesn't need to be abducted tonight. And there we go. We got our full beakers, so we are done. So we won't be abducted tonight for sure, because we just prevented abductions, but we can always try and have some on the weekend. So he is done with all his work tasks for today, so I'm going to just let him finish off his day, probably have him go to space, might help him with his fame a little bit. Let's just check in on where his fame is. Anyways, he's actually just below the 3rd star. I do have still, oh, here we go. Turbulence ahead. Eric carefully guides the rocket into orbit over a small alien world, but it's clear right away that something is wrong. Ionic interference in the planet's thermosphere is causing havoc with the ship's primary systems. Eric decides to attempt an emergency landing, which is smart, since he has no other choice. Well, this is going not great. Eric's ship crashes spectacularly into the surface of the planet. According to the damage diagnostic, the ship won't be safe to fly until Eric can replace the catalyzer on the port compression coil. It's a nothing part, until you don't have one. Eric steps out of his ship and begins the search. To the east, a jagged series of rocks stabs upward toward the alien sky. It looks like a cross between a mountain range and a piece of shrapnel. Eric can see a lone curl of smoke rising from one of the peaks. To the west, the valley looks much easier to traverse, but there's no obvious signs of life. We're going to brave the mountains. Spotted at the summit. These mountains would break most Sims, but thanks to Eric's good physical condition, he eventually makes his way to the summit. The curl of smoke he spotted earlier is pouring from an alien ship. Eric might be able to pilot it out of here, or he could try scavenging a suitable part for his own ship. I think we're going to scavenge parts. So it's successful scavenge. Since Eric knows his way around a machine, it doesn't take long to figure out the alien components. There's a part not unlike a catalyzer that should do the trick, and it looks like he can get back to the ship before nightfall. It's time to head home. But if you notice, little Astrid is really angry. It's because she has to go potty and she needs to sleep. Luckily, her hunger is full, but she's obviously not she's not being looked after very well when we're not there. So we got a live red coral, and let's see, there's still time. I'm going to send him back to space, but this time, unless it's a really interesting one, I'll be back when he gets done with work for the day. So while he's still in space, it's the end of his shift, so I'm assuming he'll just come home. I've never actually been in space when the workday has ended. Eric did a fantastic job today. It won't be long before academic prestige and scientific achievements arrive. And so he got his money, full money, because he got full beakers. Of course, there was no chance of him getting a promotion. He didn't have all of his breakthroughs, and I never find that they get the promotion on the first day. I mean, I've noticed it takes like at least 3 days. So I will be back when he gets home. Well, he's home, and poor Astrid is still really angry. She still needs to go to the potty, and she needs to go to sleep. So I had him quickly rally the troops while she was starting to party on her own. But now I'm having him potty train her. Now, I don't know if his parenting skill is high enough. It is, so he can give a second wind. I'm not really doing that. I don't know that he actually rallied the troops, because I have to say his needs didn't move up at all. So I'm thinking he didn't. No, thanks. We can't really go over because we have just got home from work and we need to look after our little toddler. We've been gone all day. So just not a very good timing for us. Thank you very much. So we're going to give a second wind, and then we are going to read her to sleep. Just so that she's not so tired. So hopefully she doesn't have to sleep long. And also she needs some attention and some fun. So, oh yay, he's got to parenting level 8. So he has the third option for teaching moments, which isn't a thing with toddlers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Are you going to actually be able to read her to sleep, like I asked? little angry little girl. Not very happy. So we have the weekend to try and work on her skills, which is good. And honestly, and also get his last breakthrough that he needs. And then I probably won't go to work with him because we have Astrid, and obviously it didn't do very well to leave her by herself today. So, but I had to go to work with him because it was his first day after having got a promotion. After having got his promotion, so I kind of wanted to go with him just to get, that kind of out of the way. Though I suppose he didn't actually make any of the new things, but I don't think that's actually that important. What's more important, especially when they're just serums, what's more important is to have the breakthroughs. So he is still hungry, so we're going to come over here and we are going to try and rally the troops again because he's also tired. I started the club gathering when I got home because it is automatically not started when you come home from an active career. So he's still a little bit hungry. So let's take a look over here and see if we have that option. See, stargazing doesn't give you the little light bulb, so it's only observing the sky in the daytime that gives it to you. Or I don't know if that's a glitch, if that's not supposed to be like that. I think he could do some more reading because he still needs to read a bit more. So why don't we have him do the reading that I was having him do before? We'll do that flower arranging because I think that's going to be good. And then once he gets to 7, then we need the third book. So we're going to have him go read and hope he gets his breakthrough. Because he's not going to be abducted tonight because we did a prevent abduction. So speaking of which, I just realized we probably need to look after. Oh, there we go. Yay. He had his 18th breakthrough and wrote down an idea for Fixer's Luck Serum. Click on the notebook. So we will go do that. But first I'm going to actually set her up. He needs attention. So we're going to see if he takes a treat. But let's check in on Eric. We'll keep it paused and we're going to go into the notebook right there. And it was Fixer. And I think that requires, yes, upgrade parts. Any upgrade parts. So he's got that. So there, he's good to go. He had his last one. He needs to go work out. I just flipped him over to bodybuilder just, for something. So we probably need to head over to a gym. So we might do that this sim weekend. But obviously we can't do anything right now because Astrid is asleep, and so I don't want to wake her up, and I don't really want to leave her by herself because I don't find the Sims do what they're supposed to do when you leave them on their own. So this part hasn't been overly long, but at the same time I think it's probably better to end it here because there's not really very much, if I started anything it would make it a long part. So that is going to be it for this part. We're going to have the whole weekend, and this time we actually have Astrid around, so that'll be good. And maybe, fingers crossed, we'll do some contacting of aliens in the next part after that prevent abduction cool-off period is gone, and maybe he'll get abducted, and we'll have another baby on the way sometime soon. That would be my hope. But thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much.